Yow!
Back with another one. You
Yow!
know we out here. ATAS. Episode 34. We out here.
Jeez. Jeez. Are they getting grown?
Oh yeah. We expected
Mm.
are experiencing some technical difficulties just a little bit ago, but we got them worked out.
Man,
They don't want to see us shine. That's what it is. They don't want to see us shine.
we're gonna shine regardless. We're gonna shine
Well,
regardless.
you already know it's your boy Ace of Cross Culture. And my co-host, he has to introduce himself. Hit it.
Got to. It's your boy Tipsy Japan back with another episode of ATAS across time and space, baby. You know how we do. Bam.
Throw the hat down on him. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. That's what's going on all summer long. Nah, man. During the hiatus, I was wearing this hat like Indiana Jones out there, man.
Indiana
Good
Jones.
times.
I'm about to
Good
say
times.
Pharrell.
Bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum.
All
All right,
right.
let's go.
So, for those who have been listening, we are doing a kind of like a bi-week type thing in between the two books, Homo Sapiens and Homo Deus,
Mhm.
just to kind of give a little bit of extra flavor, getting out and being a little bit more personal as far as who we are as
Oh yeah.
hosts apart from the books. Not that the books are bad, definitely appreciate those books and all the comments that we get on the books and all of the love and support that we're getting from you guys.
Appreciate that. We appreciate that. Letting them know where we at this time. You can find us on YouTube. You
Hmm.
can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. Go on the gram. You have some advertisements
Okay.
out there. You see, I know there's some links back to the original, back to where it's all going down.
Okay.
But yeah. I like to set those things up right as we get started, so that our first guest will know how to find us. Okay, I'm not
Oh
greeting
yeah.
them yet, but they'll know how to find us. All right. In fact, there were a few folks this week. Now, how do I set up my YouTube so it just goes straight to you guys, or I get a notification as soon as you guys are on? Because I just want to listen.
Mm.
I want to hear it. And last time I tried to set up the notifications, I didn't get the help I deserved. Look, you're gonna get the help that you need. It doesn't matter about the help that you deserve. All right. But make sure, one way or another, by hook or by crook. All right.
By hook or
But,
by crook.
yeah,
Okay.
buddy. Yeah. So
So
so the notifications have gone out. You've had 3 minutes to find us. Click it. Do the right thing.
look, I have two YouTube channels. I have my personal YouTube channel, then I have the one for Cross Culture. So when I go live for Cross Culture, I
Mm-hmm.
get the notification Cross Culture has gone live, and that goes out seconds after we go live. So make sure that you're subscribed, first off. Second off, that you hit that notification icon, the little bell,
Mm-hmm.
They give you that ring-a-ling, that ding-a-ling bell to where you know exactly when we're going live. It'll be a red dot that comes up on your phone, followed by
Oh,
the channel is live. Like
let
that's
me check because I'm subscribed. I'm subschool. Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm subschooled. I'm subschooled to cross culture. Let me see.
mm.
Where's my red dot? Because I should have a red dot. I'm over here as a guest right now. Where is it?
Well, yeah, you should have. It should have come up on your notification for your phone.
Yeah, but I'm looking at my phone. I ain't even got a
Are
notification.
you are you subscribed for notifications? Because you can be subscribed and don't
Hmm.
have the notifications turned on. It's two
Is it?
different things.
See, I have all. I click the bell. I have subscribed. I click the bell, and it says all, customized, or none. And none,
All
I
right,
think,
so
would
make
be
sure
no
that you
notifications, right?
yeah, so make sure that you click the all button again because I know that YouTube has been getting a little
Click it twice.
strange. Yeah, make sure that it's clicked because they if you don't visit the channel often enough, I think
Yeah.
they put it down to personalized. It's like, well, you're not using all the notifications, so we're gonna click you down.
See. They got all kinds of little tricks and schemes in there, kind of mess you up, man. Um, I got you. I pressed all again.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
So we got
I don't know. Other than
our
that, smash
faithful
that bell.
listener over
Right.
here, Water Pulse Laser, says smash that bell. Yes, and that's how you're going to be able to get those notifications to know exactly when we're going live.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I have a question for you, and you might not have the answer. I think I had the answer for this in Japanese.
Oh, in Japanese.
But I don't think I can say it because it's like inappropriate. So what do you
Oh,
call the thing inside the bell that clacks against the side of the dome of the bell?
a clapper.
That's called the clapper?
Clapper.
The thing that's dangling inside the bell.
Clapper.
It's called a clapper. Okay. I did not know that. That's the technical
I
term.
mean, Water Pulse Laser, you can fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure it's called a clapper.
A clapper. Even like clacker
Clapper.
would still be, it felt like
Clacker? Why
because it
clacker?
clacks against the side of the thing. I don't know if it
Oh, it
claps.
claps the side of the bell.
Okay. Okay. But the word for it, I think, is the same as like the thing in the back of your throat.
Oh, uvula.
Yeah,
in
uvula.
Japanese.
I wanted to make sure you said it because I didn't want to sound inappropriate. But it's a uvula. The word in Japanese is not appropriate at all, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh gosh.
Well, maybe it's okay. Is it okay?
I don't know. You have more the knowledge of Japanese, so
Yeah.
I mean, is it like something that's taken as a vulgarity?
Well, like half the word is a vulgarity for a body part, but
Well, that's like
that thing in the
saying
back of your
that the
throat,
word, the last name Dickerson is a bad word because of the first part. So, I mean,
yeah,
go ahead, say what you got to say.
it's called a nodo chinko.
Nodo Chinko.
Yeah, and nodo is throat.
Mm.
So yeah, guess the rest, right? But that word is the same word for the bell thing that clacks in there because they
Mm-hmm.
both kind of have a similar, I guess, function
Structure.
structure.
Mm.
Yeah, not function structure.
Make noise. Oh, well,
Yeah,
no,
they do
your
make
uvula
noise.
definitely doesn't make
Produce the
noise.
sound.
Your uvula does not. Yeah, so, yeah.
What does your
Structure,
uvula
not
do?
function. That's a very good question. Um,
What exactly does it do? I
I
thought it was involved with making those like vibrato sounds, like in the back of your throat,
no,
something.
that's just
No.
differentiation and air passing through your vocal box, your voice
Okay,
box.
yeah,
So
through the voice
if
box.
you put more and less air, then you get that vibrato. Ah, yeah.
So what's the point of the glottis? Is that the glottis?
I don't know the glottis. What?
Yeah.
What? Uvula glottis. What is that?
Something back there, man. Like, I mean, you were the voice guy. You were the voice guy.
so
You know,
so
you got to answer all
we're
questions related to the voice. Yeah.
we're doing some crazy stuff, and Water Pulse Laser is just like y'all can say whatever. Y'all ain't got no sponsors yet. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the good thing about being small time,
No, we're not small time. We're unsyndicated. Like that.
unsyndicated. Okay, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So we got another one. You wanna? Can you read that one out?
Okay. I was making links.
This one straight from
Like a
Google.
Cuban. As part of our soft palate, it helps to prevent food and liquid from growing up your nose. Not growing, going up your nose when you swallow. It also secretes saliva to keep your mouth hydrated.
Okay, you get
Hydrated.
hydrated.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm pretty
now
sure that I said it first because I'm a day ahead. So
that's crazy.
they weren't saying it back then on Saturday night.
Ah, chill out. So now
Yeah.
we know what the uvula does.
Mm.
All right. Well, we've gone on a
Oh,
little bit of a
you
tangent.
you love her.
you love you love a uvula. Uh,
I can't say that 5 times fast. I'm not doing it today.
no,
All right.
I'm not even
So
trying.
moving on.
Moving on up. So I don't know if you know about
Mhm.
the 8 areas of wellness, but I figured that we could talk about them today.
Ooh, you got an 8.
Just as a yeah, 8. It used to be when I was in college, it was 5, and then it grew to
Mm,
7, and now it's 8.
that's interesting.
So we're gonna check to see what we're doing for these areas of wellness, to
Okay,
see
it's a
if
good
we're
time to check
actually
in.
making ourselves well, right? So, big one, first one for cross culture, got to throw this
Mm.
one out. Boom, spiritual wellness. So, what are you doing to make sure that that you as a person are spiritually well?
Spiritually well.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, no, that's interesting. That's a
Well,
good question. There's a few things that I think right now are reminding me of how important that is. And I think it's the battle that I've been going through, the tough times that I've seen this year and the end of last year that have
mm-hmm.
made me say, you know what, I need to get grounded because there's a reason for the suffering. All right, there's a reason for the suffering. It's not because I sinned. It's not because my parents sinned. Um, I'm actually referring to John chapter 9, like because the disciples they were saying to
The
Jesus,
blind man.
right, the blind man from birth, right? They were saying to
Hmm.
him, like, what's his deal? Was it his parents that caused that? Was it his fault? No, this is for the glory of God. All right, you didn't even see that. Yeah, you wouldn't even know. So there's some things that I've been going through, and it's just like I gotta cling. I gotta cling. It's time to cling. You know,
Hmm.
coming close, and God's gonna restore me, type of thing. So you know what? In terms of spirituality, I say that like I've been wrestling a whole lot more than I was wrestling before. Trying to
Okay.
not just stay accountable, but also like have His words in my ears, right?
Okay.
Writing it down, being on a yearly Bible plan, like those. It's interesting because there's a book called the Spiritual Combat by what
Mm.
was it Lorenzo, the Italian guy. Dom Loresco. Matter of fact, he's on my script too. There's a whole lot of books that y'all
On
need
the
to
script.
understand. I'm
On the
I'm in it.
script.
I'm in it, man. Spiritual Combat, right? Make sure I get his
Hmm.
name correctly. Save that for later. Yeah, Lorenzo Scopoli. Thank you,
Lorenzo
Lorenzo
Scopoli.
Scopoli. Um, and I mean, the book. This book was released on script in 2014, but this guy's like way back, a couple hundred years, whatever,
Okay.
maybe 1,000. But anyway, like reading his book, one uh kind of episode I was listening to the one speaker on YouTube. It's like he was telling this young guy to read through Spiritual Combat and to get comfortable
Mm.
with that boredom. And my dad's also said, get comfortable with the boredom, that bore state. Don't try to like cover up the pain by flipping through IG or flipping through YouTube or flipping through Facebook or something like that to just
Mm.
like always keep yourself super stimulated. No. Like sit in it, feel out this suffering and find out, try to connect back to God so you can see like why what where he's bringing you, because we can only really see like the three dimensions, and that fourth dimension, time, like that's where he's operating above and outside of time, but he can see the time coordinate. You can see where things will
Hmm.
take you if you focus the right way while you're going through it, right? Like it's really hard to describe that thing just in terms of space time the way that we know it, but he's above and beyond that.
Yeah.
So if we connect into him on that spiritual side, then like he will reveal to us where he has done in the past for others when in places where they couldn't see that where he was taking them. But that's where we're looking right now. That's where we're looking right now.
Hmm.
You could look at
Okay.
Solomon, and he wrote Proverbs, right? He
Yeah.
also wrote Ecclesiastes, wrote the Song of Songs, and a Song of Solomon about this one woman. And he had
Yeah.
699 others as his wives and 300 concubines, 400 concubines. So he had a whole wild life. And Rehoboth, his son, Rehoboam, wasn't
Very
even
well.
on the
Yeah.
scene when it comes to his spirituality, right? But
Hmm.
that being said, he wrote Proverbs. So it's like it's times where like God's gonna bring you into some things and reveal some things to you, and you need to, like if you can just connect and stay in it, then he'll bring you to even better place.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That. All right.
because I'm in
So
the
for
Bible,
me,
that's the spiritual element. What's going on with
so for me, I've I've taken to reading through whole books of the Bible. It's very easy to just be like, oh, well, what does this one verse say? Oh, cool. I will take that one verse with me. Um, but actually sitting and digesting and looking at the original context and the intermediate context and the immediate context,
Mm,
and then seeing what can apply, like juicing the scripture for all it's worth
mm,
versus saying, oh, let me just get this one little nugget to live by daily.
mm,
Um, it's, it's hard. It's hard, but
mm,
it's worth it. And I'm actually teaching a class on, well, not teaching a class on doing that, but Sabbath school, which is like Sunday school.
mm.
We're going through the book of Romans because I feel like
Romans.
it's very relatable for today. So we're just
Mm,
going through the book of Romans and picking out, oh, well, what about this? What about that? Questions, comments, concerns. Like, do you understand everything? Oh, you don't? Then
mm.
let's take it verse by verse. Let's juice it out, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been good. It's been a blessing.
Hold on. Let me ask a bit. Let me ask about it, and then just to like unpack that just a little bit. Are you reading it aloud?
Aloud, yeah. In
Yes,
class. There's
in
multiple
class.
people there. Yeah.
Okay, reading it aloud. When you do your personal study with, just reading whole books of the Bible, are you reading it aloud?
No.
Yeah. Okay. He was making a,
Um,
a facial expression. I was just like, all right, I'm
so
gonna
the
read this.
thing is that I I can't really read it aloud. I feel like I'm a little ADHD that way because if I
Mm,
start reading it, then my mind will wander.
mm.
So I have to like have an audiobook going of it
Oh,
and
okay.
I can follow along. That
Okay.
type of thing. Yes, I'm hearing it. It's audibly being
No, no, no,
heard,
no,
but
no,
it's
no.
not me reading it.
Faith comes by hearing. It does not
Hearing
say
and
faith
hearing
comes by
by the
reading.
word of
So,
God.
all
Yeah.
right. That being said, no, because I was doing the same thing. Like what I do is like I have like my ODB, our daily bread, have the
I
ODB
was about to
running.
say, like, bro, what?
Huh?
Sorry, I
Our
heard
daily
ODB
bread.
and I was
I
like,
got our daily bread running in the background, and like that's how I
okay.
start the day. And like they'll have like the verse of the day, and then like a little story connected to it, and they'll also give you some context about the verse, the specific verse that
Hmm.
they're targeting for that daily thing. But then they also have Bible in a year. You have Old Testament and New Testament, and it says right at the bottom like what it is. And then like my church down the street, well, I might be a member soon. It's Makahari Seisho Kyokai, Seisho Baptisto Kyokai. Right down the street. What they're actually doing is they're hold on. Yeah, they give you like a little not it's not a missalette. It's like a little thing. I'll show you for the audience. And in fact, you can describe it to the audience because I don't even know what to call this thing. It's like a not
The
pamphlet, but
pamphlet.
is
I
this a
mean, it's
pamphlet?
probably a track. No, that's a track.
One?
That's a track.
This is a track.
Yeah,
It's like an announcement. Like you got an announce.
yeah.
These are the announcements for the week, and these are the Bible
Oh,
verses for the week, like each day. And
oh, so it's a
this is my
bulletin.
program.
That's something that they give you at church.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, it's a bulletin. It's a church
a
bulletin.
bulletin. Yeah, it's a bulletin, but the bulletin tells you what to read. If you're doing Bible a year, like every
Hmm.
day. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way up to next Sunday. And you just grab that, and you grab your hymnal and get in there. And you also got your Bible with you. So, so my piece. It's interesting that ODB, our daily bread, uses the same verses. Like
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that Makari Kokai gets their verses and say, all right, well, this is the same track that ODB is using, so we're gonna follow that. And it's a good plan for the year. And then like he's actually referring back to the pastor Kamiyama Sensei. Like he'll actually refer back to different verses during the week in the
Hmm.
actual like the
Make sure
message for the
everybody's
day.
on their toes.
Yeah, you sound to stay on your toes. And he's like, he won't say, "Did you read?" No, but it's just like, because you read da da da, then you see the lines that
Hmm.
be followed here, and it's like, oh, okay, 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 yeah, I see some of that. So what I'll do is like I'll have that running in the morning as I'm making my coffee, as I'm doing my walk and all that, and yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Hearing the word read, like the whole book read during the course of the year.
Hmm.
Am I frozen in
Okay.
time this week?
You are. I mean,
All
I'm
right,
not
but my
gonna
voice
say
is good.
anything.
My
Yeah,
voice is
your
good.
voice is good.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
but
y'all know what
you're
it is.
you're a picture.
Check us out on Spotify. Okay. Let's keep going.
All right. So we're gonna jump into something that men usually do not talk about: emotions, emotional wellness. This is the the act of not letting your emotions control you, but controlling your emotions.
Hmm.
So what do you got to speak on that?
I am a monolith when it comes to my emotions.
Oh
No,
no.
I mean I'm just being funny because yeah, I'm frozen in time. It seems. In terms of my emotional health, how am I
Hmm.
keeping emotionally healthy? I think it's through this
Hmm.
podcast, man. I gotta let it out. Or podcast prayer. Um, yeah, mm, that's a good question. Um, I think to keep my emotions in check, it's been helpful to have a weekly fast, like on every
Okay.
Wednesday. Like I got to fast, you know. And then that's like it's time for me to just like, whoa, I see where my emotions are dragging me this way and that way, because like you feel more emotional like when you're not eating and just like listening to yourself is like, I'm hungry right now. I'm getting angry quickly, you know.
Getting
It's
hangry.
yeah, yeah. So, my emotional health, like if I can regulate my Wednesdays better, and my wife doesn't say I hate you on Wednesdays, then yeah, I guess I'm doing better. You know, yeah,
Specifically on Wednesdays, right?
yeah. I'm emotionally gata gata as far as that's concerned. How you doing? How you
So I
doing?
mean, for me, I have to wrestle with clients 90%
Wrestle.
of my week,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm,
and then I get home and I have to wrestle with a 6 year old and my wife,
mm-hmm.
not really wrestle with my wife, but it's wrestling with the emotional attachments thereof and making sure that I'm not taking work home and then exploding at the wrong people type thing. Um,
Mm,
but I know one of the things that has helped me
mm-hmm.
is is actually making sure that I'm utilizing self care tactics. So when I get home, I'm the one
Mm,
making dinner, right? I get home, I
mm,
make dinner, and during that time, Sophia is like on me, hey, daddy, can I help? Daddy, can I help? Daddy, 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 daddy. And it's like, I just got to put up with it until I can get my time to like play video games or whatever to just like de-stress from the day. I
yeah.
make sure that when I feel I need to cry, I try not to hold it back unless I'm in a place where I absolutely feel I cannot, if I feel it's not a safe
Uh,
space.
mm,
But for the most part, like, yeah, you know, feel free to feel sad. It's okay for it not to be okay. And
mm.
for what we've been taught most of our lives, especially as men, it's like, oh, well, just choke it down and, never speak of it again. So
Mm.
that's, yeah, we go on a different route now.
Yeah, yeah. Emotionally intelligent.
All right.
To understand telling you like I mean there was a kind of movement in that holding back your emotions or not using your emotions um wisely type of thing. I mean you even look at like the Jedis and the uh what was guys called the Siths, you know
It's just
um like
crazy.
the Siths were allowed to embrace their anger. Those on the dark
Hmm.
side, right? Embrace your anger, let it out. That just like calm and reserved, and you didn't really see how they process their emotions properly.
Hmm.
Um, like that's a piece about Star Wars, but I think it was talking to a bigger story. To, they had the clear answer out there,
Mm.
um, but we're starting to see that in the literature that emotional intelligence. I mean, it's a New York Times bestseller. I really should be new for these, but yeah, emotional intelligence 2.0 is a thing to read about, and there's a test to find out about your emotions. It costs like quite a pretty penny. Where you are emotionally and how
Mercy.
how good you're gonna, how you know, um, how to deal with others from where you are in your emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is a thing that can
Mm.
be built. Your EQ score can be built. It's not a static
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So it's good to have a good mindset and to walk into that correctly
Oh
from
yeah,
emotional.
definitely. And
Well, what's the next?
yeah, from the emotional standpoint, yeah, it's definitely something that can be learned, and especially with those that are young. You know, you have to come in contact with that when you're like 6 years old, and you are
Mm,
told to stop having temper tantrums. Well, you can actually use your words in order to convey what you're feeling. But
mm.
we're going to jump into the next one right here. And I know this one
There's
is
so
going to
much of
probably
that.
speak to you a little bit more than me, but
Mhm.
occupational wellness. So this is,
Occupational
your
wellness.
job. Yeah, your job.
Do you want to define it, or you want me to take it as is and run with it?
Take it
How's it
as
feel?
is. Take it as is. Just take it away.
Okay, so I feel more occupationally healthy or more occupationally fulfilled, and I think the result of feeling fulfilled is a healthy mindset as it regards to my career.
Mm,
The reason for that is that over the course of the last 10 years, I was able to build up enough experience, continue doing my same thing. 10 years doing the same, basically the same thing. So much so that they said, all right, you know what? Let's take you off the front lines and have you showing others how to do what you did. All right.
mm,
And I must have learned enough, to be able to teach or to instruct, to support, to coach, to delegate or direct other people. You know, so I'm feeling a sense of fulfillment there. I'm also
okay.
starting to be able to draw the lines to other occupations that I see. Even though people have different areas of expertise, the
Yeah.
idea of being on the front line and then now managing and helping people do what I was doing before, doing that frontline work, I can see that played out in other industries. Case in point, there's a doctor that I spoke to yesterday, and you know, like of course, he's been in his job for 20, 30 years, so he has
Mm,
plenty of. He's a chief, but then on the floor, you have all these scrubs, right? Or not scrubs, was it residents? And the residents are
yeah.
new, they're like 2, 3 years in. And he's trying to like motivate them. They have different levels of motivation, different levels of understanding. They do, understand their craft, but how to talk to people, how to, discuss diseases with them and make them feel comfortable, like they have various levels of skill in that area. So he's trying to bring out the best in each of them.
Yeah, of course.
And I could see that in what I'm doing, like, oh yeah, you're definitely doing. Oh, wow, you have a lot of insight into that. Well, I'm a young guy, but I've seen a lot of things. How
Mm.
about you?
For me, occupational wellness, it's especially for here, it's more of a job security thing. Knowing
Mm,
that you have your job and that you're going to be able to keep it, but also knowing that you have a good job, if that makes sense. Because the unemployment rate here is extremely high. So
hi.
usually you
Oh,
get a job and you're just like, okay, yes, sir, I will do whatever, just to make sure that I keep the job. And I feel that I don't have to do that anymore, which is great
mm,
because it's not needed. It's not as competitive a market because I have a degree that was required for this.
mhm.
Well, not a degree required for it, but a degree that it was a requirement to have a bachelor's in order to get into this. So having that higher education definitely helps because not
Mhm.
everybody has a bachelor's.
Not
So that
everybody
helps
got it.
me to
Yeah.
think like, okay, you know what? At least I know that if somebody else comes to take my spot, they have to have either my education or better, that type of thing. So we're halfway through and we have no time. So we're going to go over the 30 minutes. Ooh.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into a lightning round. We got to fire these off quick. So we're talking
Lightning.
about intellectual wellness. You got 30 seconds.
The best way for me to stay
Starting.
intellectually healthy is the subscribe button.
Well, I was gonna say starting now,
Oh,
but all right.
wait, did you say starting now? I was answering the question as soon as you said it. All right, I'm on the plane. Yeah. So intellectual intelligence. The best way to stay intellectual intelligent is hit that subscribe button, read up. All right, what you doing? We're staying on top
Mhm.
of these books, and bringing the content out to life. I'm subscribing articles, and I'm getting better at summarizing and translating those as well. So that's where
Yeah.
like get on it, stay focused. Where you at?
Yeah. So for me, it's been just learning. Like, don't stop learning. If it's something that you're interested in, then read into that. If you lose interest
Mm,
in it, then take up another passion, learn it, read into it, whether it be by reading or YouTube videos, however you can digest it. Definitely make sure that you're still learning because it will help,
mm.
especially with Alzheimer's down the road.
Tell me.
Financial wellness. Woo!
Whew.
Financial wellness.
Where is my financial health right now? I tell you, it's better to have my hand on a pulse. Use your smart technology. Use your
Hmm.
computer to log into your. Nah, just sign in on your smart account, and it's best to just have that at the tip of your finger. Quick. All
Hmm.
right. Just it's good to know. Good to know. But I don't feel like I'm in dire straits. I remember when I was a university student, and now I get dinged for an overdraft. Doesn't happen anymore. All right, that
Hmm.
doesn't happen anymore. Thank God. And I'm making enough to provide for two. It's going to be three soon enough. So yeah, feeling
Okay.
better. Feeling better about financial health, and I'm feeling better about having a life insurance policy. Yeah. So if I die, we're
Yes.
good. All right.
All right. All right. So financial, definitely life insurance is a big thing. You don't want to have your people that's left behind having to pay an arm and a leg and their firstborn on the roll just to get you buried or stowed away
Mhm,
or however you want to do it.
mhm,
But I noticed that, just having a savings account and putting away however much you can manage. So if you have to do one less Starbucks in a month and you put away that $5 maybe a week,
mhm.
you'll end up with what, $20 at the end of the month. Right there,
You really
that's
will.
enough for four more Starbucks. And then if life happens, you have a little cushion. So social wellness, interactions with other people.
Woo. Okay. I'm happy that my job provides me an opportunity to talk to people completely at random. I'm just about at random every single day from 7 a.m. Till I mean, after work I have my private students also. So yeah, I'm talking to people all day, man, every single day,
Hmm.
all day. I'm talking to them through the internet. I'm talking to them in person. Yeah, I think I'm in a good place in terms of social, but I don't have like I don't have like my circle of buddies that do the same type of thing
Hmm.
offline right now because I ain't been to the alley in a minute. And that was my circle right there. Like that was
Yeah.
my thing. Being in the alley and then also doing my Kindle, like these are two areas that I would like to have a better online relation or offline relationship. But the way that things are going with COVID, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's still not there. We can just go offline. How about you?
Social, definitely for me, a big thing has been church, um, because that's not work. So I talk to
Uh,
people all the time at work,
mm,
but I feel like that's more of an occupational wellness
mm,
um, type of thing. But outside of, I'm definitely making sure that I spend intentional time with my family. Every Thursday night is family night. So I
mm,
order in food so I don't have to cook. And
mm,
then we either sit down and watch a movie. We've done board games once. We did a board game once.
mm,
But yeah, I'm starting to be more intentional about it to have
mm-hmm.
that social interaction for my daughter, especially. So
Get her on
we're going to
speed.
jump into
Get her on speeds, sir.
get her on speed.
Spades. That's a
Spades. Oh
family
my
game. You ain't got to
goodness.
play a board game, but you got to play
Chill out.
spades.
Chill
You have a
out.
mantle to carry. And I know you.
I don't know how to play spades. My mother never taught me, but that's a whole different issue.
I will teach you
I mean,
myself.
I know how to play it, but I never got taught. I had to learn myself. But
Yeah.
yes, going to environmental wellness. So how are you
Environmental
taking care of
wellness.
the environment, not only as a whole, being green, but maybe your environment at home, you
Mm.
know?
When I came back home, it was interesting. When I went back home to CT, I saw a lot of things that are difficult for an elderly woman, my mother, to take care of on her own around the house. Just like
Mm,
environmental upkeep of the grounds, the trees, and lawn, and these types of things. That
mhm,
like being away from my home here, like it came into focus. Like, wow, okay, these are other things that a homeowner has to take care of, and it's not easy.
yeah.
So as soon as I came back home, I was like, bro, where these weeds come from? Not a one. Not pluck. So when I think environment, that piece. Another piece is like leaving the light on the porch, like house B and like right mine. I'm A. We got A. House B and C keep their light on until like 10, 11 at night, and then house A, the light is off. No, I'm here. My light is on too, so the neighborhood is a little bit brighter.
Mm,
Lastly, to the end, what am I doing? Well, I mean, of course, the whole green thing, but out here in Japan, you stay with your trash, the way that you put it out. Um,
mhm,
yeah, and I'm that's my kind of response. Out, she collects it, and I put it out. But back didn't see the level of meticulousness that you would find in Japan as regards to recycling, and even like separating
mhm.
kitchen trash to um, normal trash, non-recyclable.
Compostable versus burnables. Oh man. Ooh. Yeah, so his connection actually went uh he was basically talking about how in Japan there's compostable trash and burnable trash. In Japan you have to separate everything. They do not play that. Uh so for my environmental wellness, for me it's, reusing plastic bags, making sure that I'm getting as much trash as I can into the trash can so that there's less plastic in a landfill somewhere. Making sure that my environment at home, hopefully doesn't smell bad. Getting the trash out on time, which I need to work on a little bit. My wife will tell you, but making sure that there's a green tomorrow for my daughter. Making sure that I'm trying to minimize my carbon footprint and making sure that other people can enjoy it well after I'm gone. So that just about wraps things up. We have gone a little bit over time and definitely appreciate our few viewers that are seeing us live. And if you're listening to the podcast, definitely want to say thank you. Uh, my co host is not back, but I'm going to wrap it up. As he would say, get a pen, get a pad, write it down. Until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed.